G'day golfers. Well, last week I asked you all the question, how important is the mental game to you? Now this week is the start of your mental game journey. This week we introduce the very first and very simple mindset strategy to help you start thinking better on the golf course, which will lead to better golf and lower scores. I'm Steve Gannon and welcome to Mindfulness for Golf with the Aussie Golf Pros. So every week I ask golfers coming off the golf course, so how'd you play? And the majority of answers I get are terrible, awful, couldn't do a thing right, I have got nothing, I'm the dead set worst putter in the world. Then they follow it up with everything that they did poorly, everything that they did wrong. Now they focus almost exclusively on all the bad stuff, all the stuff that they'd like to change, all the stuff that they did wrong. Almost never do they give me anything that they've done absolutely awesome out there. Never. Now also what's troubling is they associate good golf with a good score. And that's not always the case, and it's certainly not the question that I asked. When I asked how did you play, I wasn't asking what was your score. So associating good golf with a good golf score is really dangerous because we never ever live up to the golf score that we want. You know, even when a golfer comes in with his best round, he will always focus on the negative. If I just didn't three-putt the last, I would have had this. I'm like, Phil, you had your best score ever. So even though Phil's had his best score ever, he still is trained and programmed to focus on the negative part or the thing that he would have liked to have done better. Now, every now and again, this gets a little bit worse. I find a lot of golfers out there associate their self-image as a golfer with golf score. Now, if you look at that fundamentally, if you look at that literally, you are going to be a very, very, very unhappy golfer because we never ever play the way we want to. As I said before, even when we have our best score, it could still have always been that little bit better. So today we are going to introduce a very simple mental game strategy, which is going to change the way you think. It's going to change what you focus on in a round. So what we're going to do is we're going to change your golfer's mind paradigm. We're going to start thinking about all the good stuff. We're going to start focusing and magnetizing all the good stuff that we do. Remember, like attracts like. Whatever we focus on expands, and so we're going to start focusing and framing everything in the positive. Now, we're not living in la la land. We're not trying to ignore all the negative stuff. We know it's there. We're aware of it. We're just not going to put all our focus on it. So we're still going to write down something that we'd like to improve on, that we'd like to do better, that we didn't do so well. But what we're also going to do is think about how we're going to improve that. What do we need to do to improve that one little area? So to help you, we've created a post-round evaluation scorecard, if you will, or checklist, just a bit of paper with a few things set out to help you focus on those things that you want to do better. Now, you can keep them. It's always good to look back on each round and have a look at all those things that we've been doing well, all those things that each week you've been focusing on that you do well. So there you have it, guys. Week one is down. We've got our first mental game strategy that we can introduce, a post-round evaluation scorecard. Very, very simple things to help you play better golf with a better mindset. If mindfulness for golf is something that you care about, or it's something that it's important to you, or you'd like to know more about, pop something down in the comments. And if you haven't, subscribe to the Aussie Golf Pros. We just love bringing you content. It's really important for us to help you play better golf. Now, if you're not thinking about the mental game, there's no way that you can be the best golfer you can be.